Guess who's back? I know it's been way too long. This is take number 2, so let's hope that I do it right this time. Hi, if this is your first time here, I'm Tammy. I am Leopard and Lace Co. XOXO on Instagram and here on FlossTube. A lot of y'all know me by that. I just want to welcome you if this is your first time, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to hit the play button and watch my video, because I know there are hundreds, if not thousands, of amazing floss tubers, and for you to take time out of your day to listen to me sit and ramble and tell you about what I've been up to, that means so much to me. And so a heartfelt thank you. I am excited about this year. It has not gone the way I thought it was gonna, right? I am a planner girl. So back in December, I started making my plans. And then things don't go according to my plan. And that's when I have to let go of control and say, the heart, it wants to make all these plans, but God directs our steps, and life happens and plans change, and it's okay. And, there are situations and circumstances we can do absolutely nothing about. And I think in those moments we can become very frustrated, but I'm working on my mindset, and I'm shifting my perspective to say, it's okay, girl, calm down. It's okay for things to not go as you plan. So without any further to do, I've got to tell y'all the funniest story before I start. So many of y'all know that I'm friends with Lara from Textile Crafts. And last Friday was her birthday. So I call Annie and I'm like, hey, do you have a gift card or something I can buy Lara so she can make a purchase from your shop? Because I want to support both of my girls, right? My goal and my desire is to help my girlfriends that are, designing, they're running a business, they are making bags, they're doing whatever they can. I want to support them and help them, because I'm that girl sometimes. Sometimes it overwhelms me and I'm not that girl. Anyways, I digress. Okay, so back to the funny story. So Annie had been very sick and in a fever. I don't know if she wants this all known. So she had a fever. Anyways, I call her, I'm talking to her, and she's like, hey, how about let's send cookies and milk? And I'm like, send cookies and milk? What are you talking about? And she's like, oh, well, I'm part of this club. You pay, X amount of dollars a year, and then you can send these as gifts. And she's like, all the people I send them to, they love it. And I was like, oh my word, I love that. That's a great idea, right? So we start talking, and she discovers, she gets online to make the purchase and discovers the original place we were going to get the cookies from. There wasn't one in this particular city where our friend Lara lives. But she's like, oh, wait, there's another one. It's called Voodoo Cookies. And I was like, okay. And so she's like, let me get on here. So she's doing her magic. I can hear the little keys clicking, right? So she's doing her magic. She's trying to figure out, what we're going to send her. She's like, we should do cookies and milk and ice cream. And I was like, whatever you want to do, just do it, And so we made the decision we were going to split the cost. So I get a text about, 20 or 30 minutes later from Annie, and it's just the confirmation. It says, Laura's going to receive it at 12 a.m. Well, me, in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, oh, that must have been a typo. Probably some young kid that wasn't really paying attention, and they don't know AM from PM. Should not make assumptions. So I messaged Laura, and I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure you're going to be there on Friday at 12. And she's like, yes, I'm going to be here. That's going to work out perfect. And so I don't even think anything of it. The next morning, I get up and I am on my way for my grandbaby's surgery. And get a text from Lara And I died laughing. She says, okay, so basically, funny story. I was laying in bed at like, I think she said 11:30 or 11:45 in the evening. And her husband was already in bed asleep. And she starts getting these random texts. And she at first thinks it's spam or a scam or something. And so she just kind of ignores it. And then she starts getting these texts from this delivery driver. Hey, I'm coming up your driveway. And so by then she's like, maybe something is being delivered. And so she's like, okay, well, just leave it coming up the sidewalk. And then she's like, okay, well, just leave it outside and I'll get it. So she like is checking the cameras and this person leaves, the driver. So they leave her gift. This is midnight, y'all. And so she gets out of bed or whatever and goes and gets her gift and comes in the house. And we had sent her a dozen cookies and milk and ice cream. So then she is telling us this on Friday morning, and I am dying laughing. I'm like, girl, this is a birthday you will never forget. So she let us know that before she went to bed, she had her first birthday snack. And so she was just so kind and so appreciative. But oh my goodness, I love it when things like that happen. Definitely was not planned. So we find out later that Annie was just in her fever and did not pay attention, or, you know, when you have such a high fever, you're just not thinking straight. I didn't realize she was, I knew she was sick, but I didn't know that she just wasn't computing all of it. Anyways, funny story. Laura will never forget that birthday. I just wanted to share that. And so then, the next thing I kind of want to go into is a couple of things Laura and I are doing for upcoming things. For those of you that don't know, this coming Thursday, we're having a pajama party. Now, it is a finishing party, but you don't have to be finishing the piece to come if you want to come. We want to welcome you, invite you. You can come. You can watch the process. You can lurk. You can ask questions. You can just sit and stitch. But it's on Zoom. And so on Thursday, I will be posting a link in my stories over on Instagram. So in the stories, if you're not familiar, I just want to tell you how it works. And for those of you that do know, just be patient with me for just a second. So how it works is you just click on it. On the actual, it'll say, like, I can't remember. I'll probably put something like pajama party tonight, you know, and it'll have a picture of Laura. It'll have a picture of me or her. I don't know if it'll actually have her picture or just her logo. And it will say gingerbread house finishing pajama party. And then there will be a place where it'll say Zoom link. I will link it there. All you have to do is click on it. And when you click on it, it'll take you straight into the room. You don't have to wait on the host or anything like that. So we're excited. We can't wait to see you. Get on your favorite PJs, your most comfortable PJs. If you're painting, you may not want to run your favorite PJs. Get comfy. Grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack. And if you're not going to be finishing with us, grab your favorite project and you can sit and stitch and just visit with us while we are working on our gingerbread houses. This is something that we thought would be super fun. Towards the end of the year, I was trying to think of some new fun things that I haven't seen other creators doing. And I thought, who doesn't love a pajama party? Who doesn't love getting with the girls, whether it's at our retreats or, you know, just hanging out with some of our besties in an Airbnb. We love getting together. We love connecting. We love, you know, the fellowship, the camaraderie of stitching. And it just brings us into unity. And I love that about this community. So this is our invitation from us to you to join us Friday night. If you have nothing else to do and you're just going to be sitting and stitching, you may as well join us and have fun. It will be from 6 p.m. till whenever. I don't know. I figure it's going to take minimum a couple of hours because it took me a lot of different steps to get that gingerbread house done. So we will be doing that on Friday. And then something else we have coming up in February is we were talking in January, and we were trying to come up with a couple of other things, just, you know, bouncing ideas off of each other. And I wanted to do a friend stitch. So when I say friend stitch, Houston, no, go. I'm sorry. It's my dog. When I say friend stitch, my idea behind a friend stitch was something around Valentine's Day. So I love Valentine's Day. I have to say it's one of my most favorite holidays of all holidays, and because I get to pour my love out on the people I love, right? Like, I just get to empty myself, whether it's gifting, sending cards, special messages, whatever. I just get to love on people. And I needed that when I was a little girl. And so it's something that is my mission as a woman, just to love people, love them for who they are, love them deeply. And so that's one of the things I love about Valentine's Day. So when we were talking about what we were going to do and how are we going to do this friend stitch, we talked about doing a pattern. And we were talking, I said, well, I love hearts, I love bows. I want it to be something that kind of represents the holiday. I want it to be something that's for friends. And Laura's like, oh my goodness, Tammy, I have the perfect pattern. I think you're going to love it. And I was like, okay. And she's like, let me get a picture to you, and then we'll discuss it later. We'll come back to it. She sends me the picture, and I was like, oh my word, this is the perfect pattern for what I had in mind. So the way it's going to work is all you have to do, it's free. Like, we're not going to charge you anything for it. Laura is asking that you follow the link and you just go and sign up for her newsletter. Now, I promise she's not going to spam you. That she is just trying to build her newsletter population. And so what it is going to be for is, like, if she has a new release, or we are hosting an event or something like that, that's all it's going to be for. You're not going to be getting 1 or 2 messages from her a day, or probably even a week. It probably will be a monthly subscription, though it may be more frequent than that. So I want to show you what the pattern looks like. I have not had time to get it finished, as I was finishing up 2 pieces for market, okay? And I just got that done yesterday. And then on the back end, I'll tell you about another project I've been doing. Okay, so this is the pattern. And it is absolutely precious. I'm going to see if I can get me out of the way. Is this not gorgeous? True friends are the best gift. And on that border, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there are hearts and bows. Can you believe it? It was meant to be. I mean, totally meant to be. So this is the fabric we're going to use to finish. And then we're going to do some really pretty, delicate lace. And I think it's going to be gorgeous. Now, my goal is by probably the end of the week to have this finished. Now, when I finish it, I am going to be posting a video on making the pillow. So they're going to be pillow finishes, and I'm going to do one for myself and one for her. And she was kind enough to stitch both of those for us. And she used, I want to say she used Sulky for this thread. And I cannot remember. She told me the fabric. I cannot remember it. Is a beautiful, kind of like a terracotta linen. It's beautiful. And soon as how I can't stitch on linen, my heart was so happy when she made me one too. Okay, so all you have to do is go sign up for her newsletter, and you will immediately be able to download that pattern. So that being said, our thought behind you downloading the pattern is to stitch 1 or 3 or 5 or 7 or 10, however many you want to stitch, and give them as gifts to your stitchy besties. It would make a wonderful retreat gift, like a table mate gift. If you're going back to a retreat you've been to multiple times, you have a friend group, it would be a wonderful friend gift for your retreat besties. It would be one of those special gifts that you can make for one of your girlfriends that you go and sit and stitch with personally. Or if you have a local stitchy group, you could maybe make one or two, or your favorite girls one, or even everybody. The ideas are limitless. And so we just want you to pass the love on. The one thing that we ask is that you do not share the pattern. We are asking that if you want to share the pattern, you just send them over to her newsletter so they can download their own copy. And we just appreciate that you respect that. This is a wonderful community, and I am so incredibly thankful for the friendships that I've made in the last few years. So that is something that we're doing. Let's see. On Thursday, I already said that. The friend stitch. Okay, what have I been up to? I have a class that Annie has asked me to teach in March. And I took on this idea that I was going to design my own pattern. Y'all, it is a lot harder to get the dimensions and the everything and the ideas. Like, I have so many ideas going through my head, but like when I would go to try to make them in the software, it was a lot harder than I thought. So my hats are off to every single designer. Y'all rock it. I mean, like, some of y'all, you just rock our socks off with some of your patterns. And I love smalls. I love bigs. I have one big one that I am going to stitch this year. That's my goal. Let's pray it happens, because I have so many smalls that are not done. I digress. Stay on task. So I want to show y'all what I have so far. Now, it's a finishing class. It's a process class. It's about, like, I want to talk about, how you gather your supplies and how you're matching fabrics and flosses, and when you are altering something. It's probably something basic, but I also want to talk about making counting pins and how to do, scissor fobs to match, because I love all the matchy things, right? So I wanted a spool finish for my piece. I knew that. I was really kind of going back and forth. Did I want a coffee cup? Did I want a spool? Because those are my two main things. Hold, please. I'm sorry. Houston was under my legs and he was like grabbing me. Okay, so I want to show you what I have so far. Now, I think this is hilarious because here I'm going to teach a finishing class, and I have had more problems with this project than I think I ever have a project. I don't understand it. My brain had this specific thing in mind, and I have struggled. I do not know why. It's still not finished, but I'm going to show y'all what I have so far. I designed this pattern myself. I am going to have the class, and if anybody is interested in the kit, I am going to sell it as a kit. It will be the finishing piece, the pattern, and then whatever embellishments or pretties that I throw in the project, whether it's ribbon, buttons, whatever else I decide to use will be in the kit. It will be a complete kit that you'll receive. And it will be packaged pretty because I'm going to do the same thing for y'all that I do for my class. So, but it is an exclusive for there first. And then I'll wait until after the class and then I'm going to release it. I mean, I'm not a real designer, so I don't feel like the rules apply to me. I don't know. Maybe they should. Okay. I'm nervous to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all the finishing piece first. This is the piece. Is it not precious? And if that's not good enough, look, it has a needle. In the class, I'm going to teach them how to do a wash, how to make all these layers. And that's part of the problem is I was going to really, cover it up with a larger piece. But the more I look at it, I just love it. So I really feel like I'm struggling. Okay. I'm nervous to even show the pattern. My girlfriends all love it, but that's because they're my biggest supporters. So I think I'm going to do a black and white stripe fabric behind it. I'll tell you what I had behind it. I've done two different fabrics. One is the black one from Hobby Lobby that has these little plus signs on it. I really thought it was going to be fabulous. I hate it. Now, it's not because I added the black pom-pom trim. I just hated it. So then I chose a different fabric, and I was like, well, I know I'm going to use the black pom-pom trim because it really needs it to pull the black out in this pattern. But then look, like I'm wonky. Like I have struggled. Do not ask me why. Is it humbling? Yes. Is anybody want to take the class? I don't know. But I'm doing my best, and that's all I can do because, you know. And I'm probably way harder on myself than I should be, and I know that. I tell people all the time, like, I just like to have fun. I like to make pretty things. I never professed I was the best. So I'm a little bit nervous and excited and all the things. So I'm going to show you the pattern one more time. And for my first pattern, I don't think that's too shabby. I love it. I did a colonial, let me show y'all this. I did colonial knots for her eyes. That is my first time ever doing them. I was so proud of myself because they turned out so good the very first time. So hats off to Annie for telling me use a colonial knot for the eyes. The other thing I wanted to show y'all that I've been doing is in the evenings when I need to decompress and I'm trying to organize myself, because that's part of the problem is I just feel like there's so much chaos in my life. And I'm not organized like I like to be. I have been decompressing by trying to figure out new organizing systems. What I had is not working anymore, what I've been doing, because I'm getting more projects. That was the other thing. I was a monogamous stitcher at first, and now, you know, I said, I'll never be a seasonal stitcher. Well, here I am, nevering like I never have before, because, yeah, you know, all the pretties that I want to stitch, and then I'm like, oh, you know, I get caught up. Oh, let me stitch that. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's pretty. You know, it's like little glitter and sparkles and all that. So I want to show y'all what I've come up with for organizing my projects and how I'm going to keep up with it. So I have been a scrapbooker in the past. And I have tons of embellishments and project stuff and everything. So this is a Heidi Swap acrylic box. It's originally made for like the memory deck system. And so the way it works is when you open it, you have access like all these little individual things. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I am organizing my projects. This is the gingerbread house. Talks about the chart name, the designer, when I started it. And then on the back has all my details. So I have that one. And this is in previous whips. So I have them listed out on these tabs. Like I have different, I know it's hard to see in here, but I have different things. So these were December. This is the Primrose, and that came out the day or two before, oh my word, what's it called? Lindy Stitches. Jingle Ball. Oh my word. I was totally like blacking out. Okay, I'm working on the stitch spool. Okay, somebody asked me to do a whip parade, y'all. I am going to do it. Something I'm doing this year that I have never done. I met a group of the most amazing Aussie girlfriend group, and have got to hang out with them a little bit and talk to a couple of them. And they asked me if I was going to do a blessing sampler. I'm like, what do you speak of? What is this? What is this thing? And so this was the pattern that I decided for my blessing sampler. I wanted to do something that I felt like I was going to be able to do in the month of January. And is that going to happen? I don't know. I'll show y'all where I am in just a minute. Anyways, these are what I'm doing. I may go full on Rolodex system with this project. Because I am loving the way these are. I love everything about this. This is my vibe. And I'm able to use some of my stitchy stash, or my scrapbook stash, and yet still bring it over into the stitchy world. Okay. let me tell y'all 2 other things I wanted to show y'all. These are something I made, and I want to know if it's something you would be interested in seeing a tutorial for. They are so stinking simple, but I think they would be great girlfriend retreat gifts. So I don't know if y'all have seen the acrylic tags at Hobby Lobby or not, but these are just luggage tags. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a removable vinyl, and I'm going to use them as project. Here's some different tags. They're just the tags. So I'm going to list my projects on these. I love bows. I've loved bows before they were a whole rage. But I am loving them. Here's a couple of other ones. I thought they would make great, inexpensive retreat gifts. And when I tell y'all inexpensive, they're probably about, I don't know, $1 maybe to make them. Very inexpensive. If y'all want a tutorial on how to do those, I can show y'all. This one is the motel key fob or keychain. And I gave all the rest of them to the girls. I've also made bookmarks. So if that's something y'all would be interested in, please drop me a comment, right? Leave it in the DMs. The other thing I want to show y'all that I am stoked about is I was on Amazon 4 evenings ago, just a few days ago. And it was Sunday night actually, and we're at Tuesday. And I had something pop up in one of the deals sections. So I went and I was kind of looking, and was it something I was looking for? No, but did I get it? 3 of them. Yes, I sure did. Let me show y'all what they are. Y'all's jaw's gonna drop. I got this whole box, okay? Whole box, 600 of these Floss Drops, and they look like this. I've wanted these forever, but on Etsy, they're kind of pricey, right? Like, they're kind of pricey. For 200, I paid $20. Yes, 200 of them. $20. So immediately, do I have that much floss? No. Y'all know I don't. I told y'all I don't even have a whole set of DMC. But I will, because eventually I'm going to get there. But anyway, so that was my deal of the day, of the week. So immediately I went and I put it in our messenger group for the girlies, and several of them got them as well. So exciting news. I will be switching to all Floss Drops. I love that. I love the looks of it. I have a space over here in my crafty area that is perfect for a small piece of pegboard. And I'm going to get my husband to help me frame it out and everything. And we're going to make a couple of display places over here where I can organize. I probably will do by color family. And then I think I will separate by like specialty flosses and keep them on a ring kind of over in a separate section. I don't know. I don't have it all worked out in my head, but it's going to be cute. Okay, let's get to projects. My brain's still on floss. Moving on, girl, moving on. Okay, so I have not had just a ton of time to stitch. It just is what it is. And y'all, it is like 18 degrees outside and the dogs are going crazy because I won't just let them in and out. I know a lot of y'all like to see project bags and folders and all that. So this is my project folder. This is from Michelle at Screen Door Needleworks. I love her. I was gifted this from one of my other friends at Stitching Texas. Vivian, was it last year? I believe it was last year. She gifted me this and surprised me. I did not know she was going to get it and gift it to me. And it just, it was one of those moments that my heart just was so touched by kindness and generosity of someone else. Okay, so Stacy Nash Gingerbread House. I guess I was on a gingerbread house kick this year. I don't know. This project got a lot of people, though, not just me. And y'all don't freak out because I I have floss just hanging. I'm sorry. I am that girl. I'll try to make it look a little bit decent, but you know. So I was going to fill in the windows during Jingle Ball, and my color was horrific. So this is how far I've gotten. I keep miscounting on the roof. I didn't know what was wrong. Well, then I realized it's 2 rows. I really wasn't messing up, and I frogged it 3 times, maybe 4. Ugh, girl. Anyways, so I just put this one to the side. I had other things that I wanted and needed to work on. So I will work on this through the year. It'll eventually get done. It will, because I love that project. This is my needle and bones. This is my custom design size that I get her to do for me. And this one is the Prairie Schooler pins and needles. So this is how far I've gotten on it. Let me see. Okay. I'm not in a huge hurry. I mean, I probably should be, but I'm not. And I know that I'm not going to stitch all of those, but I will stitch several of them. Green thread just randomly somewhere. I don't know where that's coming from. Anyways, I'm not too mad about the progress I have on this. When I do sit and stitch on it, I make really good progress. This is a bag from Melissa. Let's see. Oh my word. I can't think of her name. Missy Lynn. Oh my word, y'all. I was really struggling for that one. Okay, I did have to frog one of the tomatoes. This is the stitch spool from Jeanette Douglas. Sorry for the glare. I wanted this so bad. I was trying to hunt it down, and it took me a little bit, but I did get it hunted down, and I'm going to show you where I am on it. This is just a piece of fabric I dyed myself. I'm not too sad about my stitches. I think they look good. The one thing I was the most sad about was these buttons. I really feel like when something is marketed and I don't receive what I want, it is so frustrating to me. I got this pattern and I ordered the kit because I wanted those buttons. Those buttons are gorgeous to me. They're really dainty. They kind of look like lace. And then these were the buttons I received in my kit. I was so disappointed about those. I really want those dainty buttons that are listed on this pattern. I don't know where to find them. So if y'all know where to find them, y'all let me know, please. Please, that would be so kind of you. And then the next thing I'm working on is in this bag. Can y'all tell I have a thing for this fabric? I love the vintage ladies. I love peaches, corals, pinks, aquas. Y'all know. If y'all been around here long enough, y'all know. Okay, this is Maggie May, and this is the color conversion I came up with myself. I am doing this for Michelle Creative Mayhem. I am doing this for her birthday sale. I'm sorry for the glare, y'all. We are doing it on Monday evenings. We're doing a Zoom. So if you want to stitch with us, go to my Instagram on Monday evenings and there'll be a Zoom link. Here's my color conversion. I cannot wait. I wanted a beige bunny because when I was a little girl, I had an actual real beige bunny. And then I love my pinks and aquas. So my thought on those aquas is I'm going to do this radish in this dark color and cotton. And I've never stitched with color and cotton, y'all, and I love it. Oh my word. So I'm going to do it with this dark, this variegated darker pink. And I thought on some of the highlights in that, I'm going to use some of these other colors. But instead of the greenery that's in this really dark, I'm going to do it in this aqua. And I think it's going to be really fun and quirky, and I'm going to love it. So after I get done with that one, I have Clovis waiting, y'all. Because y'all know I love doing tea parties with my grandbabies. We've been doing them with Amelia since she was little bitty. Okay, here's my progress. I know it's a tiny bit, but we've only been doing it 2 Mondays. And the first Monday was, I had been traveling, so I was pretty tired. Okay, and last but not least of the projects I'm actually working on, I am going to do a whip parade, but it's not going to be until next month when my life slows down. Last but not least is the blessing sampler. Okay, drama. Stop it over there. Y'all should see the look he's giving me. I wish y'all could. My friend Susan at Sweet Wing Studio had this pattern. It is beautiful. It is lovely. It is my color palette. It's everything I love. Now, because I am so late in the month, I think I'm going to cut these the floral baskets and that peach tree out. And I think I'm just going to do the alphabet here, and then I'll do these little lines. I probably will do maybe a straight one. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the scripture, and I'm not going to chart the whole thing out. I'm just going to do Joshua. I can't remember. It's the one that says, the Lord bless thee and keep thee and make his face shine upon thee. I think I want to just have, the reference to that scripture on there. It's a blessing sampler. The likelihood of me finishing this is very low. I'm going to try, but I don't know if I can get it done or not. And I'm okay with that. I know the purpose of a blessing sampler is, that your needle would be blessed for the year, but I don't feel like you're blessed or cursed because you don't finish a project. That's too much pressure for this girl. I can't handle it. And really, I know that the favor of the Lord is on me, and I am so grateful for that. But anyways, okay. Upcoming words. Hold on. Upcoming plans. I am going to be doing 100 hearts from Samplers Not Forgotten for my husband for his Valentines project that I'm going to make him. Since I started cross-stitching, every year I've made him a project for Valentine's Day. Does he love it as much as me? I don't know, but he should. No, he loves everything that I do. He's like my biggest supporter and fan, and the girls are like, you're gross. Y'all are just gross together. They make me laugh. Okay, soon as how it is for my husband, I wanted to do a darker color palette. Now, here's their colors, and I love those. I may do one, in these pretty pinks and stuff later on, but this is what I chose to do for him. Oops. I'm going to do the dark blue, and these are all from Stash, y'all. I did not go purchase anything, I think. I may have done these DMCs. I may have purchased those. I may have. I'm not sure. But this is the color palette I'm going to do. I didn't think he would want something super feminine and pink. But y'all, when I seen that pattern that morning, I know there was some of y'all that did the same thing too. But it went in my cart so fast. I don't think I've ever purchased a pattern that fast. I mean, I was like, seen it. I thought to myself, I need it. And then I put it in my cart. Usually I sit with stuff. Like, I will sit with it and really think about, like, do you really love it enough to stitch it, or you just like it and you feel like you're missing out and everybody else is getting it and you're not? Because that's a whole thing with this community. Or my girls, at least. I don't know. In March, Kim is doing a pattern for her birthday. Girl, that is way too much for me. She is doing a big, huge one. I want to say she's doing Pandemic. I could be misspeaking. But I would like to do a piece in commemoration, like kind of birthday salve for her, something that really represents her. So I may do something with just Alice, a little pillow finish or something like that. I have not found one that I absolutely have to have as of yet, but there will be one. And then my birthday is on April 1st. And so I got this pattern 2 years ago and fell in love with it. And I started it and I hated my fabric choice. So I set it aside and was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I made the decision to go ahead and restart it this year for my birthday. It is way bigger than I normally stitch, way bigger, but I love it. It has my heart. Like, it's so pretty. This is just all DMCs, which I'm going to be switching these to Floss Drops instead of these bobbins. But let me show y'all the bobbins. Like, it's so pretty to me. So that is my upcoming birthday sale. If you want to join along, if you have this pattern in stash and you want to join along, I would love to have you join me. Kim is also going to be doing it. I don't know if anybody else said they're going to do it or not, but I know Kim and I are going to be working on it when we go to Stitching Texas in April. So speaking of upcoming events that I'm going to be going to retreat-wise is March will be Dirty Annie's. There are still a few spots available, y'all. So if you live in Texas or nearby, we would love to have you come from anywhere, but literally it was probably one of my favorite retreats I've ever been to. I went last year in September. That was her first one. I loved it. I loved everything about it. It was very relaxing. I had fun. I loved the room. You know, it was just so much fun. So she announced that she was doing one this spring, and then she will also be doing one in the fall. If you live in Texas and have not been to a retreat, this is a wonderful one to start out at. I mean, it's such a fun group of gals. So, and Raymond. Gals and Raymond. But we would love to have y'all join us. If you would like to go, I will link the registration link in my description. And then let me think of anything else I have not mentioned. I will be teaching there a class, and we would love to have y'all. Market's coming up. I know all of the stitchers are behind the scenes designers, not stitchers, but they are all working so hard and so diligent behind the scenes. I have got a few things that I need to finish up, but I think for a little while I'm going to call it quits taking on any commissioned pieces or anything, because I have not had time to really craft for myself a lot. Y'all seen I've done a little bit of stitching, but I have not got to do all of the fun things that I love to do. And I feel a little bit pressed, like I feel the pressure to perform, and I don't like that. I don't want to fall into that trap, because it's a trap. And so I hate performance-based living. It's exhausting to me. So I think I'm going to take a step back for at least February and March and April. After April, I may take on a couple of things. We'll see. I've got several pieces I have got to finish for Kim. She called me out, y'all. Did y'all see that? Like, she called me out on the floss tubes after telling me, oh, just take your time. I'm not in a hurry. Gotta love your friends. They'll hold you accountable. And she knows more than anybody how busy and exhausted I have been. But so anyways, I've got to finish Kim's commission pieces. I have got the fabric. I've got everything ironed and sitting there. I just need to cut out. I need to make pillow finishes. I need to, if we're putting it in a frame, I need to frame it. And I think that's all, y'all. It's only been 30 minutes. I know I'm rushing through this. Honey's home, so he went to get his tires rotated so that I could film this really quick, edit it, and get it out ASAP, because the gingerbread house pajama party is Thursdays. It's Friday. I keep saying Thursday. Laura's live YouTube FlossTube lives are on Thursdays. That's why I keep saying Thursday. So anyways, I hope that y'all are having a wonderful start to your year. This is a brand new year. Something that I have, my word of the year that I chose was resilient. And, when you are a victim survivor, I would love to think that it never darkens our door, but it doesn't. If we're not careful, it affects everything in our lives. And so, I have been on a healing journey. I talk about it on my Instagram a lot. And I've been in a safe place for a long time. I mean, John and I have been married 30 years, but it is the craziest thing how some things just creep back up and they want to come. And it's doctrines, it's beliefs that were put there when I was just a child. And so I constantly am working on myself and challenging myself to be better, and not just be better, but heal the trauma that's inside, change the way my brain works, change the beliefs that are lies, and learn to recognize the lies when they come in as lies. So one thing that I love about sitting and stitching is the time that I have just to, a lot of times I'll turn on my audio Bible. I will listen to podcasts. I will listen to not all self-help books because I'm very particular, but I listen to some self-help. I really dig into beliefs and, what drives me? Where's that perspective coming from? And I'm just constantly challenging myself to grow, to heal, to do better. And so I want to invite you along this year. Like, I have a lot of things I want to work on. My mom passed away in July last year, and the last 6 months were really hard. And it wasn't just that. There was a lot that happened in 1 week. My mom passed away, and then another friend that I had been walking through end-of-life cancer, she died on Sunday, and then there was a whole story behind that. And then I found out my oldest daughter and my grandbaby were leaving my town. We were very connected, and that was a big, huge shift and change, and just a lot of things happened. Then it was, that was August, and September, Annie's retreat. And then after Annie's retreat, I came home, made the decision to do FlossTube. And then I done the gingerbread house series, the finishing for that. I tried to do lots of videos and reels and photos and promoting on their stuff. And then it seemed like right after that, it was Christmas. And then, it was Thanksgiving and then Christmas. And it just has been a whirlwind, and life has been so busy. So I just need to step back, take a break. I'm still going to do FlossTube, but I need to work on my projects and take a small break from doing for other people and just work on some things that make my heart happy. And that sounds selfish because it's not that I don't want to do for other people. I do. If you know me, you know I pour my heart out for my girls. But sometimes I think I have a tendency to take on so much that I don't get the rest that I need to, because I'm constantly just moving and going, and it's fun and exhausting and all the things. So that being said, I am going to let you go, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of January, y'all. I decided that February 1st is actually going to be like my January 1st. It's going to be my reset. And actually, John and I, we went and purchased stuff, and I'm going to start juicing and cleansing and clean eating again. I know that has affected my hormones and all the things, that happen as you get older. So, I have got to get back to taking care of this body and eating clean, and I can't really exercise right now because I'm having some major swelling in my legs and my ankle, so I have an appointment for that on Tuesday. So yeah, lots of things going on, but it's a great year. I'm excited about this year, and as soon as how Bentley is telling me I have to come let him out right now, I'm gonna let y'all go. So happy stitching, friends. Until next time, bye.